You are greatness, waiting to explode. The universe is waiting for you to speak it into being. Now let's do this. Hi guys, my name is Nekesha. I'm the host of Freelancers Oasis. Welcome to my podcast. Feel free to connect with me anytime through my links in the description below. Now, today, this pod is for the individual who has to drag themselves out of bed to go to work every day. Now, who does that? The person who lost their job because of this pandemic, the individual who needs an extra income, the person who's just finally tired of being tired and ready to make the step towards transitioning from corporate to working for yourself from the comfort of your own home. Maybe on a beach. You never know. Here we go. Now, the atmosphere that we're now living in is so uncertain, and we have lots of individuals who are kind of sitting on the fence of being an employee or being your own boss. Which one sounds better to you? If you're always on the grind, working, and still cannot make ends meet, still living from paycheck to paycheck, what do you have to lose except following the three C's? Now it's the real time for you to hit crunch. Make a choice to take a chance to see changes in your life, right? So today we're going to talk about who's a freelancer. I get this question a lot, and I just wanted to share it with all my pod family so you can understand what it is and do a complete brain dump on what skills you have to have and to take for granted that you can actually monetize from these cool skills that you have and take for granted every day. Okay, so a freelancer in all right is an individual who has made the decision to finally step out on their own journey of entrepreneurship, which is pretty cool, right? So that is an individual who takes on or offers services to clients on a contract basis. So in better terms, a freelancer is not an employee, but a contractor who is self-employed. I hope you got me right there. So that's the difference. Now, being a freelancer is pretty exciting because I'm one myself. And the exciting thing about it is you are your own boss. Finally, you set your own prices, you set your own rates, you work on a per job, a per hour, or per day basis, and you now have the choice to work with multiple, not one, but multiple employers. And this can be a global connection, which makes it super cool. So you're working with clients from multiple countries at the same time. You have no long term engagements if you don't want to, because most freelancers work on a short term basis. And this is 100% up to who? To you. And you work on your own time, you set your own rates, you get to choose the clients who offer the best services to you. And if you're working with a client and you're just not connecting, you have the freedom, my darling, to just cut that off in a professional and respectful way. Okay. So, those are the really cool things about being a freelancer. Oh, and you have no restricting contracts. Okay. So that's another good thing about it. Now, a lot of people would say, yeah, but I'm in my job and I get health benefits and I get this and I get that. But you have to remember, I think that the person who's going to be a perfect freelancer is a person who already taken themselves out of that mindset. And I call it the employee mindset. So if you're still thinking that way, probably this is not for you because the minute you go in, you're going to be worried about all the little, little gigs that you get as an employee. Okay. So with that also comes responsibility of bossing yourself around. Okay. So now you don't have a boss or a supervisor over you to ensure that you meet deadlines. No one's watching you clocking in or out. And you now have to ensure that on top of everything, you are now monitoring your own time. So time management is very important and you have to be professional dealing with it because remember, you're now a contractor for other companies and other people out there in the world, but they're also expecting you to deliver value for money and deliver on time. Okay. So that's something that you have to keep in mind. This conversation, this podcast is just to help you to kind of nudge the persons who are really on the edge, deciding if they want to be a freelancer. I'm kicking you now. Can you feel it? If you are hungry to learn and you have that type of mentality, you're open to network, well, freelancers is a great way to start. I don't see why not. How do you start? So it's pretty simple. I recommend that you start with the knowledge that you already have and build on it. So I believe that you should identify something that you're good at. And most people start at this one service, virtual assistant. It is like the big thing in freelancing if you're an online freelancer. That's what I mean. Okay. But I want you to identify something that you're good at. And you can always put that under the big service called virtual assistant. And let me explain that to you. Now, virtual assistant deals with literally all the back office support and functionality of companies, brick and mortar businesses out there. Okay. So if you're comfortable talking on the phone, for example, you can offer telemarketing telephone services out there globally to anybody who needs that. And since the pandemic hit, hello, there's so many companies out there who are now outsourcing. I want you to look up this word, outsource. Literally everybody is outsourcing these services because it's so much easier. And you know what I suspect, and I can almost predict this, that most of these companies are not going to go back to have full offices anymore. We can see it. Can y'all see it? It's happening in our country, and I know it's happening in many countries now. So what I want you to do is kind of ground yourself and be prepared for this shift that's happening. Okay. So if you love to type, you can offer transcription services. And this is a big thing for people, for YouTubers and people who do podcasts and stuff like that. They need somebody to transcribe these audios and these videos into written format because that is a must. If you have a smooth, clear voice or a unique voice, voiceovers is another thing people love, for also for YouTubers and many other services. They do want to hire people for voiceovers. Now, if you're always on social media, which most of us are, clicking away all day long, not making a dollar, but you're always making cute posts about yourself and pictures, and you're really good at just using the regular phone apps to put little graphics or, emojis and stuff like that on it, do you know you can also offer social media management online? And it's like a huge thing now. And the reason for this is all these companies are out there, especially the ones who did not have a social media, let's say, appearance. Now they need to start rebranding themselves online. They need to get exposure online. And the reason for that is the consumers are online just like you. So that's something that you can think about. Just basic flyers, making business cards, content writing, and blog writing is another big thing. Now I'm just throwing these things at you. The reason why I'm doing that, because I just want to pick your brain. We're doing a brain dump, complete brain dump, and what a freelancer can do. And this is just on the virtual assistant. There's so many more. They're website builders. I don't know if I'll remember everything right now. They're website builders. There are people who deal with CRMs, email automation, which is huge. All these things that I mentioned does not necessarily require for you to have prior expert experience. But what I recommend is for you to start with something that you're good at right now. And the good thing about social media and the good thing about the internet is that you can build and grow on these services as time goes by. Okay. So they're great platforms for you to be guided, to get set up. There are a lot of tutorials, there are nuggets, there's access to apps, free apps that you need to start. So all you basically need is a laptop and internet, and it's right at your fingertips. Okay, so we're going through a freelancer, and we're talking about a freelancer who's offering their services online. Okay, and that that we just covered is pretty much internet marketing. There is network marketing. This is getting a lot more popular now, and it's about selling a product or a service for a company. But the structure of this, which makes it pretty cool, is you further get to build on this network by adding other sellers. And in turn, for you doing that, everyone in this network earns from a tier system, pretty much. And that's pretty cool. An example of that is TLC. Look it up. And it's so popular now. It's about helping people to stay healthy, but you use yourself as a proof of concept, and you get other sellers on board, but you also earn from what they sell. And it's a tier system from the top all the way down. So nobody loses, but it's something that you have to go in and you make your mind that you're going to work towards it. Okay. So that's network marketing and affiliate marketing, which is so cool. Some of the people you watch on YouTube now that are making millions, this is literally all they do. They sell products or services for other companies, big mega companies, and they earn commissions from it. So every time somebody clicks on their affiliate link and they make a purchase to this company, they literally make money from their sleep. Now, remember, this is a brain dump, so we're going through it pretty fast. So, how do you get set up as a freelancer? Many ways, but the three main ways is start outreach with your family. So you've already identified what you want to do or something you're good at. That's one. That's all the way up top. Now, how do you get set up? Start outreach with your family. You can start small because you might feel a little bit doubtful, not sure how the service is going to come across. So you can start outreach with your family or your family friends. Approach them, approach a businessman, somebody has a supermarket or something, and let them know that you can offer X service and you can start there and start practicing from there. Two, you can start by signing up with a freelancer platform where you can find buyers. And this is like Fiverr, Fiverr. Fiverr is a pretty cool one. It's probably one of the biggest ones out there. We have Upwork, you have Meetup, you have quite a few. I'll add the links below. And thirdly, if you have a little money to invest, research and purchase a course that will give you step-by-step guide into setting up and also offer support to help you along your journey. Working with a group gives you access to asking questions and to be guided as you go along, and also team up on projects. Well, this was my approach. I got courses. I had a huge group of support from Internet Income Jamaica, which was absolutely awesome. You could ask questions any time of the day or night. You got support. It that was my way of getting into freelancing, and I'm 10 months into it, and I'm telling you, I'm killing it. It's pretty cool. So, if for some reason you are hungry to be a freelancer but not online, this is for the others who are telling me you don't want to be online. Here's some nuggets. Now, you still need to identify a problem that consumers have and solve it. So, now in the pandemic, let me give you some tips. Right now, I can see we need more careers. Logistics is a huge problem because there's still not enough people out there delivering stuff. So locally, you can think about approaching a popular restaurant or a shipping company or wholesale, offer your service as a delivery person. If you have a good social media following, well, you don't even have to approach them. All you have to do is offer the service online on your social media platforms and just give out a basic package, and people will hire you to get products to them. I'm talking about homeowners or people who's in their workplaces in the daytime just to bring them lunch or just to bring them stuff from the wholesalers or pharmacy run. Think about stuff like that. And I see in the near future, well, I'm not a psychic, but can you see it too? That hotels and restaurants and big companies will no more be receptive in hiring all these big offices of people because it's kind of filtered down. Haven't you seen it? I think they're going to be hiring more contractors to get their in house jobs done without the stress of thinking about everything else they had to do with the long term staff. So, if you were in the hotel industry and you were good at cleaning or you were in housekeeping, start thinking about starting your own cleaning service. It can't just be you and one person, but start about thinking about that. I want you to start brainstorming and strategizing. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. And look around your immediate neighborhood or your region that you are and say, okay, there are guest houses there or there are restaurants here. I'm going to approach them about these services that I'm just going to come in, do this for you, and then I'm gone. Landscaping is another one. Back office services is already done. That's already been contracted because people are hiring telephone callers, customer service agents. You can see that happening. As simple as a window cleaner. If you can cook, are you kidding me? Can you imagine guest houses probably are going to start outsourcing a whole chef and a server team for their guests and events? Because I'm pretty sure most of these places, after the stress of this pandemic, just won't care to be bothered to have a whole bunch of staff to deal with. they're going to be contracting. So, what I'm trying to advise you to do is, as we move into an atmosphere of AI, which is artificial intelligence, cashless society, fully digital everything, where so many companies are now downsizing. Do not wait until it is at your feet. Start planning for this. Start planning now to move towards something that you really love doing. I don't care what it is. If you love to write, if you love to speak, if you love to cook, if you're a mixologist, if you're an attorney, do you know how many people need your services? Do you know how many people are breaching copyright laws right now because of the pandemic and everybody is at home just doing all these crazy stuff and breaching a lot of laws they don't even know about? Go online, offer your service, offer a free webinar, just give them some nuggets. Do you know how much money you can make from that just to inform people on what the right thing is to do? Come on now. So I want you to start planning. Think employer, think millionaire mindset, not as an employee. Those are my nuggets for today. I would love for us to break out the weird mindset that we always been an employee and serve, because most of us have these great talents that go to the grave. So let's not keep making the graveyard the most valuable place of dreams that were never met, promises you never kept to yourself, and now go out there and start finding your purpose and living it. Because why not? I love for our youngsters to start thinking about franchising, entrepreneurship ideas, the opportunities, and launch, man. How many of you have gone on Google and just typed in entrepreneurship opportunities in logistics, entrepreneurship opportunities in freelancing, or whatever it is? So we can never fill this void because the service industry can never be tamed. So bring it on and think about making that choice to take that chance to see great changes in your life. I'm going to kill you with this year. The 3 C's, you got to follow it. I leave you with this. Don't go to your bed only dreaming of how great you can be. Wake up and work towards it. Now, living your true purpose is not hard, it takes hard work. But when you get there, you'll have a legacy to leave behind. So come hungry for this. I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to my thoughts today. Love yourself and follow your passion. If your dreams don't scare you, man, they ain't big enough. Please feel free to take a minute, share, subscribe to my podcast. We will be tuning together every week, so stay tuned until the next episode. Man, walk good, stay safe. Enough love.